On the weekly here, I've got my EMA set up with the purple being the 13, orange being the 21, yellow the 50, and the white the 100. So as you can see, we broke out of the important. I'm going to also just take out the 13 for now, just for some clarity's sake, because it's so similar to the 21. It doesn't show us all that much. So on the weekly, you can see that we were clearly below it over here, absolute clear bear trend, tested it, resisted, broke through, found support, broke out, but next time down we did not find support. Not only that, we grinded it, resisted it, came back up, resisted again, and now we're grinding it like a motherfucker here, testing it. So it seems like quite a good sign in the sense that if we break through it this time, it's going to be more of a substantial bullish breakout, or at least it's going to stay above it, because here it was just like it was flirting with it, and we had this explosive move, but there's nothing we didn't find strong support on the way down, So that being said, of course, we're still in a very bearish zone in the sense that if you look at this chart from the long term. We just had this absolute crazy move down. Of course, if you look at even longer term, you see this is still a big bull market, probably on the monthly. But on the weekly, things are looking iffy, let's put it that way. There's a small sort of triangle formation here, but it's not too relevant. There's only 2 touches on either side. And then, of course, we have the bearish crossover on the MACD, which still hasn't turned bullish. We're coming up to the base over here with the, what do you call it again? The yellow one, I always forget what it's called. Stair steps coming up to the base, which is, again, it's a point where things can go either way. But on the weekly, that's pretty much it. Of course, the 618 is about there, which is a previous support we found here. And it's interesting to note that we broke that, actually, pretty much. I mean, that's the thing, not entirely, right? We're actually pretty much grinding this zone again. Look, support, breakthrough, resistance, 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 breakout, coming back down. So it's a pretty important support to hold here in this area between this blue line, I would say, and well, just where we are now. Now, going to the daily chart. Let's get rid of this over here. First of all, here you can see that we have this bearish crossover on the daily, which is what I was talking about yesterday. It has completed now, which is not a good sign for the bulls. The RSI broke this support, which I was talking about yesterday as well. Again, a sign that things may go a little bit further down before they go up. And looking at the moving averages here, you can see that we were going all over the place here, breaking out of the 50 and the 100 even, and then it's coming right back down, destroying everything, flirting with it, just going, and now you can see that you can actually see that we resisted the 100. This has been sort of the notable resistance line, and we've resisted it again. And we've also broken through the 21 moving average with this previous candle with a slight increase in volume compared to, not that big, not that huge volume, but compared to the last 2 weeks, it's been the biggest volume day. So that's something to be said for that. So, of course, we had this structure forming here, this triangular structure. This was previously support, now turned resistance. Same goes for this line here. Actually, I'm not sure. Oh, this is probably a 4-hour line. I'm just going to take this out, so I don't think it's that relevant. So you can see that this flag structure broke bearish. And if we just draw a Fibonacci line here, you can see that we still have a ways to go if we're going to touch the golden zone. So certainly there's room for downside here. And what I was targeting was here, you still have it. I had my entry level at 183. I was going to stop out the previous 4-hour high. I think it was here. That's right, 187. And then I said I was targeting hopefully something like this, like the bottom of this breakout of this structure. And things seem to be going according to plan at the moment. You know, of course, we could just find support here, do something like this, and move up. This is kind of the bad scenario for our short, and that this flag structure just continues its way up. It continues forming until we reach an even further apex down there. And yeah, there's nothing to really stop that from happening other than that. If you look at support levels here, so we bounced up here, support over here, or rather higher low, and then we had touchdown, touchdown, touchdown in this blue zone, and now we've broken it. So from my perspective, this is sort of the zone now whereby if we, and I'm going to broaden this a little bit, I think we can easily go above that and still not have anything significant happen. But what I'm sort of expecting is that if this trade is going to work out as planned, that this structure, this which was previous support, is now going to hold as resistance, and we're not going to break above 183. And if we do, then things get more iffy for sure. And of course, if we break the above there, actually it's more clear on the 4 hour, so I'm going to move to that now. Yeah, here you can see on the 4 hour this very bearish candle over there, breaking out, resisting from those averages. And also this was after we had this breakout here, which I talked about yesterday as well, where we have this 1, 2, 3 sort of support levels, or let's say support instances, which were indicating to me that this was a support zone. And we broke that out quite clearly with this candle, and then this candle was the second one, which confirmed that, you know, we were not going to be finding support here. And then indeed we found this bearish candle moving down here to confirm that breakout. So again, now we're seeing this volume is quite explosive over here on the 4 hour, breaking out of here. So until there's any further information, I think that yes, we might find support over here down 178. But yeah, we very well might, and this might continue upwards. And I probably will take some profit here just for that reason. But really what we're looking for is for further down here, 175 or even lower, you know, because we've drawn our Fibonacci level. The only thing is this is not like a typical wave, right? 1, 2, 3. It's sort of hard to tell, hard to suggest that we're going to come down here. I think that's really just, we're hoping that it will type of thing for this short. But that being said, if we come back to the weekly, you can see that, you know, despite us grinding against those important moving averages, we still haven't broken down from them, right? Sorry, we still haven't broken out of them bullish. So, and the other thing, of course, to note is that we're trading within this box. We have been, you know, we found support here, resistance, support, resistance, and now this is showing that we have potential to come back down. So there's a good chance that we'll come back down. If not testing the bottom of this box, then maybe these support zones over here. And of course, this one would be a bit more disastrous for the bulls. But I think there's a good chance that we come down to test even lower here. It's common for Ethereum to have a 786 Fibonacci retracement. And of course, also this red level is very important, as you can notice from the volume profile over here. We have, this is the most significant volume. So really, this is going to be the test, you know, can we break out here, or are we just going to come back down lower? And honestly, I'm quite tempted to enter more of a short here. And so, for example, yeah, so we have, it's not the best risk to reward, and I would like to see some sort of resistance candle before I enter this trade. But yeah, I'd have to look into that as and when it happens. For now, I'm pretty comfortable in the trade. I'm going to take some profit over here at 178, and I'm going to see what happens as or when we touch the 183, which is where I entered the trade. And then that's it pretty much. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin. Actually, I haven't looked at BNB in a while. Let's have a look at that. So BNB, we were in this diagonal parallel zone rather, and now we've touched what is potential support here. The volume still isn't doing anything too interesting. We have very important support down here at 19, but a potential support over here already. And I can't short this or even long it right now because of reasons. I don't know how important this line is. Just going to take this out for now. This is obviously very important in that we have 1, 2, 3 sort of touches, 1, 2 touches there. I don't know how important this one is though. I mean, it's just important in the sense that it's horizontal, it's parallel with this bottom one, which makes it more relevant than maybe these ones over here. But I do think that we could very easily come back down and find to see if we can find support here before we break out of this. Similar to what might happen with Ethereum, right? Where we come down to find support at one of these diagonal lines before we break out bullish. And then, honestly, for that reason, it really I might hold on to most of this short until we see a change in the 4-hour time frame. Okay, for Bitcoin, you can see that we have this parallel channel over here formed where we haven't really touched this bottom line, so it's maybe not that relevant as such. At the 618 now, so potential zone for support here. And I've actually entered a small long position here in anticipation of a bounce to at least back to these sort of levels, which is sort of strange, right? Because I'm shorting Ethereum, but I'm longing Bitcoin. But yeah, let's just see how that works out. I think that, there's obviously some hedging aspect to that, but the Ethereum just looks much more bearish, and Bitcoin is also fairly bearish. We had this important support structure here, similar to Ethereum, which broke out, and there's no reason to think that we're going to go up and break out of it just yet. But I liked buying here because it was in this support zone, and I was looking to buy in this support zone ever since we were back up there. Yeah, so and my stop loss, that's actually a good thing that I'm doing this video now, so I can have a look. The stop loss really is going to be sort of 8.2, it's going to be at the bottom of this, 8.230. So I got in about an average of this level or so, and I might take some profit there, 8.230, yeah. Something like that. So I'm risking 3%. And I'm hoping actually for a bounce up to about there at least. The risk reward is not that great. I'll probably take some profit on this position if we come up to this level already. Anyway, that's it for me. So, tuning out.